What's up guys, I'm Ryan from Smoke and Mirrors, and today we're going to be reviewing the Laisimo L1 with the Cleito tank by Aspire. Alright, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the box here for the Laisimo L1 200 watt. Has Bluetooth and it has temperature control for nickel, titanium, stainless steel, and then it has power for can't fall. In the box, along with the device, you get your manual and then a warranty card. Of course, I already have it out of the box, so we can just get into looking at the product. First of all, it has this beautiful full-face LED screen. Right out of the box is what you get to see. It lights up real well. Now let's turn it on. When you turn it on, you get this nice picture background, and you may not be able to see it in the video, but up top it tells you your watts. You got a little ohm reader down here at the bottom, tells you what ohm you're using. Tells you on power, a voltage meter on it. And then down at the bottom you have a place for settings, so you have different settings where you can, customize to what you prefer. You have an actual settings button, so you can go through and customize it, which we'll go into. And then you have a little questions manual thing that pretty much just puts you through a little loading screen type deal. This is a 200 watt device, so pretty much anything from there. It runs all the way down to 5 watts. Some of the cooler features of this is when you actually get into it, it's 3 clicks and it'll let you walk through everything. It'll light up a different color. I'm going to go to settings right now, and it is this awesome settings screen. So it gives you, it's very simple to run through, just the up and down buttons, and you can control a lot of stuff through this. So my favorite, or what I'm going to show you first, is probably this down here, the very bottom of the second screen or the middle screen for the settings. It's the wallpaper. So if you give it 1 click, you get to choose and change your wallpaper. So we're going to go to this one, click it again to set it, go back all the way down to exit, and now I got a mountain background. If I want to do that again, it comes stock with 3. Alright, so the other one, yep, make sure I'm on the right one. And the other one is this cool little thing right here, which is all these little meters and circles around everything you've got. One other thing you can do is you can change the color of all the little icons in there and whatnot. You can put the screen to sleep. Up here you got your battery life, and that's your time on the end, and this is the date. So a lot of cool things facing this LED screen. It's very pretty, it's very well lit up. The color concepts work beautifully in my opinion. And pretty much other than that, going through it, you should be able to, there is a way so that you can get your own wallpapers loaded onto it. Unfortunately right now, I don't believe the iOS system is up, so if you have a Mac you can't do this update. And if you have Windows 7 or before, you can't do this update. But anything after Windows 7, you're pretty much good to go with the update. I know they're working on iOS and Windows 7, but as of right now, we can get it to work because we're running Windows 7, and that's just, it is what it is. The port on it, it comes with a cable inside it when you get it out of the box. It's a micro USB port. It is not for charging, it is just for updating. Just in case there's any questions about that. But so far, this is very easy to maneuver. I've been working with this for the full day at this point, and it's not shown me a single problem yet. You can adjust everything from the power of the stainless steel or the nickel or titanium. Change your screen turn off times. You can change the date and time, which I have it on military time right now. That was unnecessary to say. It has a puff counter on it, so you can set your limits for puffs. What's also cool is it has a Bluetooth feature, which you can turn on and off on the device. So the device actually has an on and off feature, and I'm going to show you that right now. So if you're running iOS, if you have an iPhone, you want to go onto the App Store and you look up Vapor Club, and it'll be the app with the Chinese writing. It should be the first one that comes up. Just going to get into it here, and this is the screen it pulls up with. Very nifty little screen, beautifully done, and this pretty much gives you all the same features that you've been doing, except now you get, so you can change your model from here, so what you're running, whether you want to run power, temperature control, whatever. You can set a plan in this, so there's a week-by-week planner, so that you can actually, set the puff limit for the day if you're really trying to cut down on your vaping or what have you. Which, I mean, with a device with this much power, who's going to cut down on their vaping? This thing is insane. It has a log, it tracks. As you can see, I've been vaping quite a bit on this, but it tracks every time you hit, essentially, so you can actually see how much you've been hitting all day, which is really cool. I thought that was really awesome to look at. And then you get this little settings here, which again, you can go back and you can customize the wallpaper or the color, which it might be a little bit easier to see and do on here. I wish. No, probably not. But yeah, you can change everything, date settings, the standby time. You can change when it's going to give you your battery warning. So instead of when your batteries are, at 10% power, if your battery only has 10% charge left, it'll give you a warning, or you can set it to anything up to 90% power. And pretty much from there, it'll just give you a warning saying that you need to change your batteries. You can change the name of the device there, what the temperature units read, everything. And I was actually really impressed with how this works, because as you fire it, it's very quick about loading on, and it can tell you your time for how long it's actually firing. So there's just a 1 second drag. So that was very cool. You got your puff counter limit up here in the top right, which I was messing around with some people today while they were trying it. I was just turning it on and off and setting the puff limit for, one behind where they were, and it would just turn it off. I thought that was hilarious. Other than that, it's an amazing device. It vapes well, runs all the way up to 200 watts. I haven't found the need to run it up to 200 yet. With the tank I'm using, I'm keeping it on 70 watts right now, just out of what I like to hit it at. But it's very nifty. And just so I don't, forget it, the little icon I was telling you about earlier, when you click on it, it brings you up and it says user manual. It's not an actual manual, it's just something to click through. Let me go back to it. Just something to click through. It has a few pages on it, kind of telling you a little bit about the device and what all the different things mean on it. So it's rather cool. And that's just their workstation, and we're back at the beginning. So I heard something about an update for that where they might be adding more to it. I'm not personally sure. I know they have been running into issues with the updating, like I was talking about earlier. They have put out an apology for it, and that they are saying they are working on it. So that should come out soon, hopefully. But other than that, great device. Hits beautifully. And now, let's move on. We're gonna go to the Cleito tank.
Do you feel the buzz, or is it just me? Trust me, something in the air just above me. Something like a dream state, you call it